Hello guys, good afternoon and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why 2020 will be nothing like 2016. And I'm going to be bringing up the fact that if the same exact swing did happen in 2016, it would be in favor of the Democratic Party quite a bit. So let's get started. Let's start off with a state like Ohio. So in 2016, the polls showed Donald Trump up by 3.5. He ended up winning by 8.1, which is a 4.6% swing. Right now, Joe Biden is leading by 2.6% in the polls. So if you average that out, Donald Trump would only win by 2%, which in my characterization is a tilt state. Anything under 2% or 2% is a tilt state, and anything above 2% to 7% is a lean. 7%, 15% likely, then everything else is safe. So let's go over to North Carolina. Okay, North Carolina. In North Carolina, the polls in 2016 showed Donald Trump leading by 1% on the dot. He ended up winning it by 3.7%, which is a 2.7% swing. At the moment, Joe Biden is leading in the polls by 3.4%. So if we did average it out, he would win by 0.7%, less than a percentage point, but he would still win it. Now let's look at Iowa. Donald Trump was leading by 3% in the polls. He ended up winning by 9.5%, and that leads to a 6.5% swing. At the moment in the polls, I believe they are tied. So, Donald Trump would win it by 6.5%, which in my characterization is a lean. Now, Florida. I'll go over to Florida and Georgia. So in Florida, on election day, Donald Trump was leading by 0.2%. He ended up winning it by 1.2%, which is an exactly 1% swing. Right now, Joe Biden's leading by 6.3% in the polls. So if that exact same swing happened, he would win by 5.3%. So it is a lean state in Joseph Biden's favor. Now, Georgia. Donald Trump was leading by 4.8% in the polls, and he ended up winning it by 5.1%. 0.3% was a swing in the Republican Party's favor. Right now, Joe Biden's up by 1.7% in the polls. I believe that was just last time I checked. Hold up, I'm going to check it. Because I think it might be 1.3%, now that I think about it. Oh, wow. Okay, it's 1.8%. Never mind. 1.8%. So, if that exact same swing did happen, Joe Biden would win it by 1.5%, which is a tilt Democrat, but the Democrats would still win it. Now, Arizona. In 2016, Donald Trump led by 4% on the dot in the polls. 4%. And he ended up winning it by 3.5%, which means it swung 5% in Hillary Clinton's favor. So, right now Joe Biden's leading by 3.5% in the polls. So, he would win it by 4%, which is enough to characterize it as a lean. Now let's look at the Rust Belt. I'll leave Texas for last because it's pretty interesting. Wisconsin. Hillary was leading by 6.5% in the polls. And Donald Trump ended up winning it by 0.7%. So, right now, Joe Biden's leading by 8.1% in the polls. So, if that exact same 7.2% swing did happen, Joe Biden would win it by 0.9%, which is tilt. Michigan. So, Hillary Rodham Clinton was leading by 3.4% in the polls, and Donald Trump ended up winning it by 0.3%. which means there was a total swing of 3.7%. And right now, Joe Biden's leading by 9.7% in the polls. So if that exact same swing happened, Donald Trump would lose by 6 percentage points. Now let's look at PA. In PA, Hillary Clinton was leading by 1.9%, only 1.9%, and Donald Trump won it by 0.7%, which means there was a total of a 2.6% swing. So, right now, Joe Biden's leading by 8.1% in the polls. So he would win it by 5.5%, which is quite a bit. So the Rust Belt would ultimately go to the Democrats. Now, Texas, this is very interesting. In 2016, Donald Trump was leading by 12% in the polls. He ended up winning it by 9%, which is a total 3% swing in Hillary's favor. So if that happened, at the moment, Donald Trump is leading by 2.5% in the polls. Joe Biden would win it by 0.5%. Do I think that'll happen? No. Polls will change over time. But it's interesting to look at the poll and see how much they can swing in one party's favor. If you look back, like Republicans like to point out 2016, and whenever they do, when I say Joe Biden will win in 2020, I think that that's quite ridiculous, because if the exact same swing did happen as it did in 2016, the Democrats would have an electoral college landslide. So, yeah, I just thought that was pretty interesting. Wanted to share it with you guys. Hope some Republicans who still point out 2016 see this. And I will see you guys tomorrow.